Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video, coming to you live from an undisclosed location. I hope everyone's doing okay. I probably shouldn't be making this video, honestly. I have a lot of court proceedings coming up. My jury trial in Danbury is coming up, and but in the spirit of transparency and accountability, I just can't keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to disrespect any judges, but I'm going to call them out on what I believe is the truth. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So basically, to give you guys a little bit of a background here, and make sure I can see the comments. I can see all your comments. To give you guys a little background here, I'm trying to make this live pretty quickly. Um, you know, as you all know, my upcoming trial for Danbury, Connecticut, for 4 misdemeanors and 2 infractions is coming up shortly. I don't know the exact date. My next court date is October 12th, which is next week. So I will be there for that. I have to be there in person. My last court date was rescheduled because of the state's attorney. They like to delay these things. But if you're not familiar with the Danbury case, you should be. And I linked the video in the description of this video right below the like button. So hit the like button, support the channel, make sure that we're exposing all these tyrants and corrupt public officials everywhere. But yeah, so I left the video so you can get up to date. Basically, 20 years ago, I'd be dead with my teeth missing at the library. Then City Hall, I was arrested for criminal trespassing in a public building when no one asked me to leave. Don't know how a judge found probable cause. Breach of the peace. You guys know I don't breach the peace or act disorderly. But anyway, that trial's coming up, right? So I decided that I was going to follow through the proper channels and do it the right way. And, seek permission from the court, from the chief court administrator for the whole state of Connecticut. And his name is, just so I can get it for you, his name is Patrick Carroll. He's the chief. He's a judge. He's the chief judge and the court administrator for the state of Connecticut. We'll talk more about him in a second. So I reached out to the court administrator's office to seek permission to film, and I'm going to read you the email chain right here because I want to record my trial. Berwyn didn't have a problem with me recording. The judge in Berwyn didn't have a problem with me recording my trial at all. And that's what made the state's attorney dismiss the charges, because when there's transparency, when there's a light being shined on the corruption and tyranny that they are committing against a citizen, then all of a sudden charges get dismissed and, everything goes away. But, if they can do it in secret, and that's the good thing about having this platform. I have all of you. There's 1,700 people in here right now. Really appreciate you guys. They can't do anything in secret because they will never silence me. And just like right now, it's probably not advisable for me to talk about this and share these emails with you, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'd like to be transparent with all of you. So I'm going to read these emails to you. So I reached out to what's called External Affairs. That's the email that I was given. So seeking permission to record jury trial, Danbury, Connecticut. To whom it may concern, I was given the email address as a point of contact to obtain permission to record my upcoming criminal jury trial in Danbury, Connecticut. The date of said trial is to be determined. The docket number is... I am a defendant in the case, and I'm also an independent journalist disseminating matters of public interest to the public at large. My news company, Long Island Audit, Inc., I am incorporated. I do have a company. Has a total of 500,000 subscribers across all my platforms: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Please get back to me ASAP with any additional information or steps I need to take to approve my request for recording my upcoming trial. Sean Paul Reyes. Not a big deal, right? Why would it be a big deal? What do they have to hide? Obviously, everything. Watch the video in the description. So Michael Snyder, who is the assistant or a trainee at the administrative department at the chief court administrator's office, and he got back to me right away. I must say, he was very responsive. Good afternoon, Mr. Reyes. We have received your inquiry, and to proceed forward, we need you to fill out the attached application authorization form to become a credentialed media member and email it back to me. Media, as defined by the Connecticut Practice Book, means any person or entity. I am a person, and I also have an entity of a company, Long Island Audit, Inc., that is regularly engaged in gathering and dissemination of news that is approved by the Office of the Chief Court Administrator. In addition to the form, please provide any links and or websites that show how you fit the Connecticut practice standard. Also, practice book standard. Also, please illustrate in detail how Long Island Audit disseminates their news regularly. So I disseminate news to all of you on a weekly basis. In total, we have a total across all platforms, probably around 10 million views every single month. Now, for perspective, everyone, the total population of Connecticut is like 3.4 million, I believe. 3.4 million. That's their total population there. So even the most successful news company in Connecticut, news outlet in Connecticut, are they going to get 10 million views every single month with a population of 3.4 million people? Probably not. But anyway, so external affairs, this is All the Best Mike, External Affairs Division, Connecticut Judicial Branch in Hartford, Connecticut. And he sent me this form. Let me see if I can get it real quick for you guys. Yeah, he sent me this form. Look how how silly this form is. State of Connecticut Judicial Branch, excuse me, person, entity, organization, your address, telephone, email, and you sign it. That's it. One-page form. You guys see it right here in front of you. This is the application. Completely ridiculous. Anyway, let's go back. So I email him back I attach the form. Thank you for your prompt response. Please see attached application form as below. Also, below are links to all the platforms that I regularly post matters of public interest to. Hit the like button if this is matters of public interest to you. What I do, the information and the videos that I make, and is that hit the like button if you think that's interesting to you. So I know how many people are actually interested. How about that? So anyway, just to give you an idea, I even told them what I do. I go to public government offices and show the process of doing FOIA requests, as well as the reaction of public officials have with me exercising my freedom of press right. I also do ride-alongs with police departments to help bridge the gap between law enforcement and the public. And I also do First Amendment trainings at these police departments. I disseminate those videos to the public as well. I also have someone who works for me just to seem more official. I am sure there will be other journalists emailing your office, and we'll talk about this at the end of the video. I'm sure there'll be other journalists emailing your office to request to record my trial. I have no objection as the defendant. So the reason why there's no cameras at a trial, right? Normally, this is the general rule. This is what case law has, set forth, is that, and I'm getting this from the judge in Berwyn. The reason why there's no recordings allowed at trial is to protect the defendant. Me, I am the defendant. I'm the defendant in the case. The reason why they say that you cannot record is to protect my interests. But if I'm the one wanting to record and want people to see it, who are you protecting? Yourself. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting the state of Connecticut. You're protecting tyranny and corruption. Because I have no problem with anyone brings a camera. All 2,700 of you can bring your camera into that courtroom if we could all fit. And I wouldn't have a problem with all of you recording the entire trial. But it's the state of Connecticut and the government who has an issue with it, even though the rule was put in place to protect the defendant to have a fair trial. Blows your mind. Blows my mind. So, and then I sent him links to my YouTube channel, Facebook page, website, my Instagram, Twitter. Thank you for your time and consideration. If you need anything else, please let me know. Sincerely, Jean-Paul Reyes. Then he says he emails me back and he says, "Good afternoon, Jean-Paul. Thank you for submitting your application as well as providing additional details. Your application is still pending with the Office of the Chief Court Administrator. In addition, I want to follow up with your request. The court is very strict. Would you be able to abide by any and all court rules?" Now, do you think that if someone from CNN, someone from MSNBC, ABC, Fox News, any local media submitted this request to the chief administrator for the Connecticut judicial system, do you think that they would have gotten back an email that says, "The court is very strict. Would you be able to abide by any and all court rules?" Are you kidding me? That's like really discrimination against me because of who I am and what I do. I hold the government accountable. Just because I hold the government more accountable than ABC, Fox News, and MSNBC and CNN all put together, I can't follow any. Would you be able to follow all and any court rules at my trial? I don't want to break any rules. I'm just there to defend. I'm there to defend myself against these unjust charges. I'm not there to act a fool. I just want to put a camera on a tripod in the corner of the courtroom. What rules would I need to follow? Ridiculous, guys. This is ridiculous. Any and all court rules. I see the comment right there. I should have asked him, what are all these court rules that I would have to follow? So I emailed them back again. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to get approved to record my trial because I think that will help me immensely. Good afternoon, Michael. Thank you for submitting my application to the Office of the Chief Administrator. I appreciate it. I have a question. When you say the court is very strict, are you referring to the approval of these types of applications, or are you speaking in general? I said, generally speaking, I do understand how strict courts are, generally speaking. Unfortunately, I have been in courtrooms across the country since I started my activism in investigative journalism. In each instance, the case was dismissed. I have always shown an exemplary record when conforming with court rules and regulations and my behavior. Never have I been held in contempt of court for any reason in any court. Again, they would have never asked that to any other journalist. I have even been granted permission in my previous court proceedings to record my trial with no issues. So yes, the answer to your question directly is I am 100% confident that I would be more than capable of abiding by any and all court rules. What does that have to do with recording? I'm just trying to put my camera in a corner. You can't make this up, man. Oh, you can't make it up. Thank you again for your time and consideration. Then he emails me back. Thank you for your response. Your request is under consideration. I will provide updates as I receive them. So a couple days go by. I believe 5 days go by. I haven't heard from him. He emails me. Good afternoon, Mr. Reyes. Thank you for taking the time to submit your application. However, the Chief Court Administrator has denied your request to be credentialed as media. So again, good afternoon, Mr. Reyes. Thank you for taking the time to submit your application. However, the Chief Court Administrator has denied your request to be credentialed as media, meaning you're not recording your trial. Doesn't matter if you're the defendant, doesn't matter if it's not that big of a deal, doesn't matter about any of that. So I'm going to try and pull up a picture. He's on the thumbnail, the Chief Court Administrator who denied my, let me see here if I could find him. There it is, right here. So here he is right here. Let me see if I could zoom in a little bit so you guys could see him better. Spirit of transparency, right? All right, so this is the Connecticut Judicial Branch Honorable. Are you honorable? I don't know. Does being a judge make you honorable? I don't understand how it makes you honorable. That's like saying, because you're a police officer, you're law enforcement, you're a hero. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of judges out there. I'm not saying this judge in particular, or especially the judge that's handling my case, because, again, judges have too much power in this country. And if I say something that might offend them, they're going to take it out on me. But, I really don't care at this point. 3,300 of you in this chat right now, over 300,000 on YouTube, almost 200,000 on Facebook. I know We the People has my back, so it is what it is. They can get mad if they want. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just calling it as I see it, in my opinion. But, I don't see how a judge is honorable. Do you guys agree with that statement? How is a judge honorable just because you're a judge? What made you honorable? Like, what makes a law enforcement officer a hero? I thought you had to prove yourself to be honorable, prove yourself to be a hero, but that's just me, right? Anyways, guys, so in 1996, he was appointed as a judge in the Superior Court, and right now he's served everywhere from Norwalk, Danbury, Waterbury, Milford, Derby. He's been everywhere. This guy is the top guy for the administrative part of the judicial branch, and this is him right here. Anyway, back to my lovely denial. Again, thank you for taking the time to submit your application. However, the Chief Court Administrator, this guy, denied your application to be credentialed as media and record your trial. Administrative trainee Jay Snyder. So I emailed him back. As you can imagine, I'm upset at this point. But I emailed him back and I said, hello, Michael. Is there any appeal process? Because you would think that there would be an appeal process, right? That would be for freedom and, checks and balances and, justice. you think there would be an appeal process for these types of matters, but is there an appeal process or any reasons given on why exactly I was denied? Or am I just to assume why? Because it seems to me that the court doesn't like the idea of transparency in my case. Yeah, I said it. I said it. What does it matter? What do you guys think? Huh? You guys, it seems to me, right? It seems to me that the court doesn't like the idea of transparency in my case. The state's attorney, Steven Sedensky, the new state's attorney who doesn't have the guts to drop the case, he was appointed as a new state's attorney Applegate, and he doesn't want anything to do with this apparently. So he's letting the retired state's attorney think about this. If you're retired, would you come back to prosecute 4 misdemeanors and 2 infractions as the head state's attorney with, almost 2 decades of experience? But yet he's coming back he's unretiring to prosecute my case because the new guy won't do it. The new state's attorney won't do it. Just let all these inconsistencies and, these facts, really set in so you can understand what's really going on here in Danbury. I'm not just blowing this out of proportion. Watch the video, look at the evidence, look at the police reports. Everything's right there for you to see. And we're going to expose him to the world. Anyway, he emails me back and he says, "Hi, Mr. Reyes. No, there is no appeal process." Shocker. No appeal process. "There is nothing further I can tell you." I'm guessing that goes to my question on what's the reason I was denied. Is it because they felt like I'm not going to conform with the court rules and procedures based on my videos, my content? Because I can tell you, all my content proves is that there's a lot of ignorant, uneducated law enforcement and public officials out there, and a lot of corrupt judges and state's attorneys. That's all my content proves. A lot of nasty government officials out there who are uneducated on our rights, who just don't care, who are tyrants, who are corrupt. That's what my videos prove. I don't think it proves that I can't follow rules, and I handle myself accordingly inside of a courtroom. All I was asking was to record my trial for transparency and accountability purposes. That's it. Anyway, so that's the end. I didn't bother to email him back or anything, So I did a little research on Patrick Carroll real quick before I get out of here. He's actually being sued right now. I didn't know you could sue a judge because he's not being sued in his capacity as a jurist, as you see here. Judge Patrick Carroll is being sued, but not in his capacity as a jurist. Suing someone as a judge is difficult because they have judicial immunity. I mean, yes, that's why judges have way too much power in this country. Way too much power. Where's the checks and balances? You learn in government when you're going to school, the checks and balances is that they get appointed and they get elected. Most of the time in Connecticut, they're not elected. They're appointed by a judicial commission. And, where I'm from on Long Island, we elect our judges. So there's at least some accountability to the people, right? But in Connecticut, they're appointed by a commission, and that commission is made up of people that are appointed by the governor, who in turn is elected. But still, it's too many. They should just really elect their judges there so that way we can hold them accountable, and elect their state's attorneys. Their state's attorneys over there in Connecticut aren't elected either. They're appointed. So, that's Connecticut for you. The Constitution state, right? The Constitution state of Connecticut. So anyway, this woman right here. She's suing the chief administrative judge in Connecticut because of some retaliation. I'll link this in the description below, but apparently she was suspended for a year, and this chief administrative judge here didn't want to hold a hearing and cited coronavirus and all these other excuses on why he didn't hold a hearing for her reinstatement after a year, and she had to wait. So she's suing for retaliation. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of ironic and a little concerning now that I'm really thinking about it, because she's suing this judge for retaliation, and I'm making a video criticizing this judge and his violation of my First Amendment freedom of press right to record my own trial. So will I be retaliated against? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Stay tuned to see, because I don't know. I hope not. I hope I get a fair trial and everything goes smoothly. Because if I get a fair trial, all I'm asking for is a fair trial, in front of a jury of my peers, um, not in front of a jury of bootlickers and people who worship the police and worship the government. I don't understand people. We're the people. We're supposed to stick together, and you're over here, you know, bowing down and you know honorable. They put these terms out there, and they're heroes, and they're honorable, and they're beyond reproach, right? Doesn't make any sense. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the super chat right here, and I really never get the super chats, but I'm not going to take too long on it. I repost sheds and really enjoy videos. They're very educational. My channel is called Shed Happens. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Shed Happens. I like that channel name, Shed Happens. Anyways, guys, let me take a look at some of the comments here. If you want to comment, if you want me to read your comment, put it up so I can see it. I got a couple minutes. Why not? I'm out shooting some videos, holding the government accountable. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but I'm probably next to at least one of you. That's for sure. The jury is going to be all Democrats. That doesn't mean anything to me. Democrats, Republicans. That's just ways for them to divide us. That's why I don't talk about politics. It's just way. You don't think Nancy Pelosi's out having lunch with the Mitch McConnell, laughing about how they think that they're fighting and whatever. Let's stick together. How about that? Let's not divide each other. Another corrupt judge. This is about we the people. It's not about politics. This is about the people versus the government. Why can't anyone understand that? The people versus the government. The government needs to fear the people, right? They need to. Not and again, I'm not advocating for violence. I never have. And you want to peacefully redress your government, that's your decision. And petition the grievances to your government, that's your decision. But I'm a peaceful guy, but they need to know that we're not going to be living in a country full of tyranny. Tyranny has no place in this country, right? Let me see. Hold on. I'm not even going to entertain that question because it doesn't matter. And the powerful and corrupt than we the people. Yep, for sure. Come to Brockton, Massachusetts soon. No, I cannot audio record. I can't audio or video record. But it's a good thing I was looking at these comments. So the last thing I want to tell you guys is that they might think that they're trying to hide this, but let's see. There is some national media. Do I trust them? Mainstream media? No, not at all. I don't really trust anybody, to be honest with you. But there is some national media reporters that seem to want to cover my case. So I've more than confident that at least 2 or 3 different national media outlets want to cover my case, and they're going to be submitting their let's see if they deny mainstream media from recording, because they definitely were denied me. There's a couple of them, more than one, I'll tell you that. And again, politics doesn't matter to me. Don't care. At that surprise witness, I hope she comes to my trial. I hope you come to my trial. I hope you come to my trial and all my court dates, because I want to meet you in person. All right, guys. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. David Schuster, he's a friend of mine. California. Yeah, I'll make it to California eventually. Anyways, guys, as always, let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. Stay safe. God bless. Stay tuned to the channel for further updates on my court case. I will be going live October 12th, right outside the courthouse. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I got a couple super chats here. I feel bad when I don't. I get your heroism and honorability are beyond reproach. Word up. Word up. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Andrew. Skazlow, my friend. Press NH now won in court on Monday. Prosecutor played his entire Charleston YouTube video uncut. Judge allowed the live stream. Judge found him not guilty. See how your judge has ruled in the past. That will give you a clue. Well, congratulations to Press NH Now for his win in court. Not guilty. That's great. And that's good advice. Thank you, Skazlow. Thank you, guys. Anyways, stay tuned to the channel for further updates. I'll go live outside the courtroom on October 12th. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.